Hey, my chiropractic community here in Central New York. Hopefully you guys are having a great morning. Still another beautiful day here in Central New York. Like I said, I always feel like a weatherman. I'm Dr. Joe Borio. I'm a chiropractor here in Cicero, and I wanted to just spend a few minutes with you this morning. Excuse me. We had a couple of children in here yesterday. We see a lot of children every day, and the mother was explaining to me how much better their ability to pay attention, how much calmer their focus, how much better the children are since they started getting care here in the office. And you know, it's so profound, and there's thousands of parents just here in Central New York that struggle with their children, and the child struggles with learning. So, you know, we call it a learning challenge. We can call it, and it falls under a lot of other challenges, right? ADD and ADHD, and we see children with autism and Asperger's syndrome, and you see some children with speech delay and sensory integration. So you see a lot of children, and I have over the 30 years I've been here, that have these challenges with their ability really to process sensory input, like their brain and spinal cord, how all that's working and how that affects their overall health and their overall body. So that's important. So as a chiropractor, what I'm looking at and what is so critical that we don't often think about, we know it, but we don't think about it, is the connection between the brain and the body through the wires, through the nervous system. So essentially, you know, again, we know you've got all these wires that go through your spinal cord. So in a child and in an adult, you got these wires that are coming out of the brain, and they're going down through the spine to all the areas of the body, okay? And what we know through science is that when the spine gets crooked, or the spine, another way to word it is it gets stuck, it gets jammed up. There's a specific word unique to chiropractors. It's called subluxation. So that's, you know, like a dentist would use gingivitis, right? They're looking for cavities in gingivitis, and let's say a heart doctor's looking for, you know, atherosclerosis, right? So we're looking to see where the spine is stuck. And this is what's crazy. When the spine gets stuck, jammed up, crooked, it interferes with these wires, right? And that affects the brain activity of all of us. And as a child, even more so, because they're developing, it slows their development. It slows their ability to have what we're going to call neural impregnation, their neural efficiency, their neural recruitment, their ability of their brain to process information, electrical data. And that's what we're all doing that all day long. But as a child, what happens is they're so rapidly processing data, much more so than an adult, because they're in a developmental phase, right? It's like downloading a new program into a computer, right? So they're doing this all the time at a much higher rate. And as a result of that, the concern is their brain doesn't develop as fast because there's a blockage of that electrical data, that information through the spine. So it's kind of crazy, because you'll hear people say, well, geez, what does the spine have to do with brain? But it's crazy, but it has everything to do with it. So what science is showing is the healthier your spine is, the healthier your brain is. And what's even, again, doesn't always make sense because we don't think about it that way, your spinal cord is actually part of your brain. It's the tail of your brain. So we tend to think, well, my brain's in my skull and my spinal cord isn't my brain. But in reality, your spinal cord is your brain. So what we know is that when we see children and adults, by the way, we could all use a little bit of a benefit of our brain activity, right? But what we see is when the child is under care and they get their spine cared for, taken care of, the brain activity increases. So we know this through measurements. We can measure it through MRIs and functional MRIs. We can see changes in PET scans. We can see changes in how the neurons, how the brain works, how it processes information. So what we do is we take children and we process and we measure that, and then we adjust them and care for them, and then we put them back in some of these units, what science has done, and we see the brain actually works better. It works healthier. So their cognitive problem solving, their ability to focus, their ability to develop speech is improved. We also see that children with Asperger's syndrome, which, they're on the spectrum of neurologic developmental challenges, or we see children that are autistic, and there's varying degrees of that obviously as well. We see that their brain activity is better. So again, their social skill, their ability to keep eye contact, their facial and mouth, if you will, oral skill, all of those things are improved on as the spine gets healthier. And what's really sad is that we see so many people out there, they just don't know. You don't know some of these natural approaches, and you don't know the benefits of chiropractic care. And not only its safety as well as its natural approach to improving the skill. It's not a panacea for everything. It's not like your child's going to come in and get adjusted and cared for here, and there's everything else is taken care of. There's always an integrative process. We want to look at the nutrition of the child. We want to make sure that they're getting some therapy as well. So you're looking at a really multidisciplinary approach to take care of a child so that those skills, which are so critical to develop at that early age, so that those skills can develop to their best of our ability, so that when they become an adult, life becomes better. Life is just so much better. Jobs, relationships. I mean, you think about how profound that is on those skills that they develop early on. I mean, they bleed into every other aspect of our life. So it's something to certainly not only consider if your child is not receiving care at a chiropractor's office. Now, I'm right in Cicero. I'm central New York. But we take care of thousands of children. So if your child is not receiving care, certainly it's not, I don't even want to say consider it. I want to tell you, call a chiropractor local to you in your area, get them in, get them checked, and have them evaluated in the spine for areas of the spine that aren't healthy, and then have them get under care so that their spine and nervous system, and most importantly, their brain will function better, work better, and any neurologic challenges and developmental issues will be resolved. How do you get hold of me? You can Facebook message me. You can go right on our website. There's a link right above, BorioChiropractic.com. Just click that link. It'll bring you right to our website. You can actually schedule an appointment right from the website. You can text us from the website. You can download any new patient information from the website. You can go old school, which we still have several people do that. They call us. Everybody texts now, but you can give us a call. So however you want to get hold of us or get hold of me, certainly do that. If you are not local and you're like, geez, I just don't know who to call, give me a shout, and myself and my staff be more than happy to have a conversation with you. We'll try to find somebody local in your area to make sure that your child has the best opportunity to find a chiropractor that could take wonderful care of them. There's no doubt about it. I will tell you this, as a father of two boys, and I think you need to have that to really understand the benefit, and the honor. There's no greater honor when a parent brings their child into my office. I mean, I don't think I really got that until I had children, and then you put your child's care in the hands of somebody else. What a true honor that is. So I just want to share that with all of you, that it isn't something I take lightly, and it's certainly something that I recognize and appreciate. There's no doubt about it. So big virtual hug to all you guys out there in Central New York. Love and appreciate you. Give us a call. Set up an appointment today for your family, for your child. Let's get them checked, and let's improve the health of their spine so we can improve the health and function of your brain. Okay, in the meantime, have a blessed day and live your life with happiness. Live your life with passion. Go out there and have a wonderful day. Smile. Write down. Remember, I always teach you guys in the morning, write down what you're grateful for, because there's so much to be grateful for. And when you start writing it down, guess what? You start remembering what you're grateful for, right? And then what you're great at and what you're looking forward to. A couple of great ways to start your day every morning. And it certainly reminds us of all those blessings that we have every day. All right, guys, love and appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. I look forward to meeting you guys. If you're not a member of our practice, look forward to meeting you and talking to you today. Thanks so much.